Hey guys, it's the Android Toiler back here again. I know it's been a couple of years since I've made a video, and that's because I've really, kind of lost interest in the entire Android scene. And so I haven't been making Android videos. Actually got an iPhone. So I kind of wanted to start making some more videos because making videos was a passion of mine. And so I just decided to change the theme of this channel a little bit. It's going to be a little more generally tech focused, so different types of smartphones, comparing maybe headphones and speakers, and some cool, maybe websites or tools that you can use. So I want to kind of start off this new series with a look at some of my favorite tools that you can use with Spotify. Some of you may not know, but there's an API for Spotify which allows developers to build different types of apps that use Spotify's music network. And the ones I'm going to show you are just some of the cool ways that you can kind of play around with that. So the first one is called Organize Your Music, and it's kind of what it sounds like. It lets you organize your music by different types of variables and graph out music tastes. So just to show you what it looks like, I'm going to go, you pull up the website, you can choose whether you want to get music from like your like songs or a specific playlist. I'm going to do it for my like songs. It's going to take a minute or two. It's going to load them up. And here we go. So the first screen that you have is your track list. This is a list of all the songs I've ever liked, and since starting to use Spotify in 2016. You have the title up here, artist, you have the genre, and then the year it was released, the day you added it to your like songs, and a couple of different variables, different variables about the song itself. So like beats per minute, the energy, the danceability, how loud it is it like live music or not, and a couple more other ones here. And so you can sort by any of these variables. You can see which songs are the earliest. For me, it's Sound of Silence, 1964. You can see when's the first song you added, back in 2017, according to here. And you can sort by anything you really like. So apparently, the loudest song I have is this the loudest or the quietest? Not really sure. I feel like this is the loudest. Under the Graveyard by Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, that's definitely the loudest. And so that's just one way. That's just one cool feature. You can also look at specifically at the filter by genres. So on the left side here, you can look at my favorite genre is rock, and this goes down by how many songs you have in a specific genre. So these are all my rock songs. These are all my pop songs. You can look at that, which is really cool. And if you scroll down, you can filter by a few different types of things, including the decade. So these are all songs in the 2010s. This when you added them, how popular they are, and stuff like that. So this is really cool by itself, but what I want to show you, or what I want to highlight, is you can actually graph some really cool stuff. So let me show you an example. For example, let's make a graph where in the x-axis we have the release year of the song. The y-axis we have the energy of the song. Where's energy? And then the size of the bubbles are going to be popularity. And we can actually choose to see, you can do this by different types of genres. So let's do the example that I found that's really cool is pop songs and folk rock. So as you can see, most of my folk rock was made before 1976, and almost all my pop was made after 2004. And then there's almost no songs in between, which makes sense because if you actually clear these two out and just do your entire song list, most of my songs are between, or I guess earlier than 1976 and after, 1994. So really nothing much in between, but still pretty cool to see. So yeah, this is one way you can play around with this and see, make a couple really cool graphs and play around with it and see what you like. So a second cool tool that I found is called Spotify Audio Analysis. And what this does is for any song that you pick, it will break it down, the structure of the song, and kind of visualize it out for you. So let's do, for example, Call Out My Name by The Weeknd. And let's mute this, because if you don't mute it, I will get copyright striked. But basically, as you heard, the song will start playing, and it will break it down into the different types of sections that you have, the bars of the song, the beats, the segments, and what is that, tatums? I think the sections part is really cool. Just how, like, this is basically an AI, I think, that breaks it down into different sections of the song. And you can skip through different types of sections too, and start from there. The next one I want to show you is called Spotify.me. It's one of the only ones that's made officially by Spotify itself, and it kind of gives you a breakdown of your favorite songs and artists, and lets you make some cool statistics that you didn't see in the other sites. So if we just kind of scroll down, you see my favorite artist, Simon & Garfunkel. You know, I love the oldies. That's based on my lifetime and recent listening. The Wildlife, fantastic artist. I love Katie Ray, such a great song. And let's just stick with the lifetime listening. It'll show you your favorite track of all time. You can also see your favorite track in recent times. Obviously Katie Ray. And here you can see what time, based on the last 400 streams that you have, when you listen to music for the most part. So this is a really cool, really fascinating for me. Apparently I start listening to music around 9 a.m., take a little break for lunch, start back up, take another break around 2 to 3 p.m., and then I just peak at, like 6 p.m., absolute peak, and then it falls right back down just to start back up. So really cool. My most active hour, 5 p.m., yeah. You can see the danceability of your songs, the energy of your songs, tempo of your songs. Pretty cool. And then you can see some of your favorite genres. You're going to see pop a lot. It's pretty hard to avoid it, I promise you. And it'll tell you, how diverse your music is. Honestly, even if you listen to the same thing, it's still going to say you're diverse, kind of BS, but whatever. And you can make a playlist out of it at the end. So that's pretty cool. The next one is called Obscurify. And Obscurify is a really fascinating one because it tells you, well, as it implies, how obscure your music taste is. So my favorite genres are pop, rock, and dance pop, according to Obscurify, which, as you can probably tell, is not that obscure, and so my obscurity rating is pretty low at 23%. So my score is 208, and the global average is 188. So yeah, apparently I listen to more pop music than most people. And then you could look at, again, your top tracks of all time, your top current tracks, top favorite artists. And you can scroll down for all those, so pretty cool. It also tells you your moods. So apparently I'm depressed according to Spotify. My happiness is 4% lower than the average. My energy is 17% lower. My danceability is 10% lower. And my acousticness is about 2/3 higher than most people. That's because I love playing the guitar, and so I was listening to acoustic guitar, and so most of my songs are acoustic, which makes sense. And at the end, it gives you a couple of recommendations based on your music taste to which songs you might want to listen to, which I think is really cool. And then finally, we have stats for Spotify, which is, as it implies, just a couple of statistics which you didn't see in these previous sites. So you can look at the top tracks that you have in the last 4 weeks, the last 6 months, and of all time, which I found really fascinating. So these make sense to me because these are the songs that I've been listening to on repeat for a while now, for again the last month. And then you can see kind of what songs you listen to over the last 6 months. This also totally makes sense to me. Of all time is really cool though, because this is a compilation of your most listened songs, since starting to use Spotify. And so, if you really want to jam out to your favorite songs of all time, you can actually at the end make a playlist here of your favorite songs, which I did, and you can listen to all your favorite songs again. And again, you can do the same thing for artists as well. Your favorite artists of all time, last 6 months, last 4 weeks, all that jazz. So yeah, those are some of the cool tools in Spotify. If you have any that I missed that you think are really cool and that captures an element that isn't present in one of these apps, please let me know, and maybe I'll include it in a future video. Don't remember to subscribe. Take care.